welcome to Key West Beer Tales of Some of All Beers, sponsored by the Cork and Stogie over at 1218 Duval Street here in sunny Key West. I'm Key West Chris, your host.
I'm Danny Hoy.
I'm Dave Sr.
Cowboy Mark here.
Well, we're in a weird place. We're in our house.
We're at the Conk Rock Shanty. We're not at the Cork and Stogie tonight.
No, we're normally there, but we're hiding out.
What is this, Fort Concrock? Is that what you guys call
Fort
this?
Conk Rock.
Yeah.
Conk Rock Shanty.
Casa de Shanty.
Casa de Concrock.
Casa de Conk Rock.
Just the Conk Shanty.
Yeah, this is the Conk Rock Shanty.
Conk Rock Shanty.
This is where we do our other podcast, the Key West Music Show. So we're having beer.
Yeah, we're having
in
beer,
our
of
house.
course, because this is the Summer of All Beers, and we have a fun beer we're starting off with. All the beers we're having tonight are going to be from merry old England, and the first one we're having is a classic English ale called Theakston's Old Peculiar, and I was first introduced to this way back 30 years ago in New Jersey, where I grew up, and they used to come in like these 8.75 ounce little cans. And I don't know why. And they had the importer's sticker went right across the bottom of the label, and if you pulled it off, it said Strong Yorkshire Ale. And it has this little Indian guy kneeling down, floating in midair. So it kind of says, it kind of catches your eye.
That's really peculiar.
That certainly is. It's very peculiar, and that's
I'm glad
why they call it Old Peculiar.
I'm glad that you got into it about the cans, because this actually started off with a text message between Chris and I, and he sent me a photo of this, and I was like, what is that? And he was like, oh, you've never had Old Peculiar? And I was like, no. That's an awesome name for a beer.
And the spelling is a little off, too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, maybe you could...
Peculiar.
Peculiar.
And it says from... Marsham.
Marsham is the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's up in the north of England in an area called Yorkshire.
Yes.
Yorkshire.
I don't know if this guy is Indian so much as that he's in like kind of a knight kind of gown.
I think he's like a swami of some sort.
No, he might be
Might be.
Could be a little.
This is the seal of the
Seal of the peculiar. That's what it used to say.
So it says 1741, seal of the official of the peculiar of Marsham.
There you go.
I'm passing the bottle down.
Like a medieval device or something. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. I think what it is it's really quite by design. It's very silly.
It's just silliness, yes.
Yeah.
And the beer is wonderful. It's we only have one bottle because there's only one bottle left in Key West, and I picked that one up. Over at the restaurant store, which have a good selection of beers if you want to take them home. But nice, very malty. Mm-hmm. They use Fuggles hops. It's 5.6% alcohol.
Is Fuggles an English hop?
Yes. Yeah.
Of course they.
It's grown. It's grown on the side of Hogwarts, actually.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, in Diagon Alley.
Okay. Yeah. We're getting sued again.
We're getting sued again.
We're going to court.
All right, so just off the top for me, this is the closest thing that I've had to what tastes like an EB or an English bitter, but not an English bitter.
Yeah, it's too heavy for an English bitter.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But it has that kind of residual, like very British beer kind of thing. It's malty.
Yeah, it's malty, and it has those Fuggles hops, which,
Yeah.
they stay on your palate.
Yes. It's perfect after a game of Quidditch.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter!
Oh, yes.
And, this, by the way, is from the same county as my good Facebook friend, who's been my Facebook friend for like 10 years, but that was when we started becoming friends when she was, when we're both on MySpace, and her name is Michelle the Beer Lover, and this comes from the same county that she's from, and I don't know how far away it is from her.
I wonder if she loves this beer.
She likes it, but it's not her favorite. Well, there's a brewery right around in her town, so. I think it's in her town.
Bangers and Mash. This is a Bangers and Mash beer. I would definitely like.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like an English style sausage, like a blood sausage. Some eggs, some beans.
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
That would go
definitely.
well too, Yeah.
And I don't mean to be stereotypical here, but like, yeah, definitely you're correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you're saying
It's
this
a
is
hearty
an English,
beer.
It's an English
It's a hearty-
breakfast beer.
It's a hearty beer.
yeah, this is an English breakfast beer.
Breakfast beer.
Dave, what's your
it's
opinion,
a nice
Dave?
light hearty beer.
Yeah.
It really is.
It goes down
it's
easy.
Light, it's refreshing. Has a little bit of fizziness to it, which I can't think of the other word I'm looking for. Effervescent.
Effervescent.
It does have a bit of effervescence, but at the same time, it's a little bit tricky because it's a little not that. It's not like you're not getting champagne bubbles or anything like that.
No.
But it has this kind of like nice. It's nice.
It's nice and refreshing.
I think Danny's
It's
dying.
dark.
Danny's dying over here. Cough in the microphone.
I'm having a coughing spasm.
She's had
That's
a
what
tough
she
time
said.
last week.
It's a shame this is the last one in town.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll be getting more, but I don't know when. And
pretty
we'll have
doggone good
to
beer.
ask Ray next time I see him when they're going to get some more.
Yeah, this is good. I would drink this a lot.
Oh, it's easy to drink. It's a beer you could drink all afternoon if you wanted to, or all night.
Well, what is it? You said 7.5?
No, 5.6.
Oh, 5.6. Sorry, I'm
5.6,
transposing
yeah, so
numbers here.
Not too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really nice.
It's really funny that nowadays we're like, oh, what's the alcohol volume on that? And like, oh, it's like 5.6. Oh, I could drink that all day long. Whereas like back when, it was like, oh, 5.6. Whoa, like I'm gonna drink like 4 of those and be wasted.
Oh,
Well, it's been a while since that's happened, but
our next beer is going to be kind of like on a supercharged beer because it's 8.5%.
yeah.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah. So again, I gotta say, like, so this is kind of like a good hearty beer for Key West because I would pair this with like fish or barbecue as well. With like a nice pineapple salsa, something like that. This would be really good for like a nighttime in the summer during mango season.
It's very particular.
Well, it's a
Very
peculiar
particular for a
thing.
peculiar.
It's a peculiar thing, but like a lot of the local places around here offer up a lot of kind of local mango kind of dishes around that time.
So many
and
wonderful mangoes and avocados.
yeah, and and the avocado and mango season are congruent, so it's like there's a lot of chutneys and salsas and guacamoles and
I love
stuff like that coming out around those times. And my former place of employ, we would always at that time of the year we would always kind of have these late nights where we would kind of do an extra session of prep for what we called the grab and go section. So it's the pre-prepared foods, whatever, and it was always like candied mango or whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And the reason why it was a lot of fun is because I would buy beer for everyone because everyone would already have had worked a 10-hour shift, and then to entice them to work another couple hours, we would have beers, and then we would also be eating constantly while we were working. So it was a fun little kind of like month-long process. It was it was fun. But I would definitely pair this beer with that process. So like if you're in a tropical setting, but you want something a little bit heartier than your kind of like Pilsner or, your, for instance, the Stiegel Goldbrau, this would be a really good substitute.
And one of the fun things about it is that on their label, they've been around for a while, 17-something or other.
41.
Thank you. Underneath their label it says Old Peculiar, the Legend.
The legend. Dun,
Sold
dun,
all over the
dun.
world. Yeah, it has a very good reputation.
I'm gonna have to like revisit this, but I'm gonna ask a buddy of mine who lives over in that region if he has any funny stories about this beer.
Oh, that's an idea.
cool.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll entice him to post a funny beer story about on the Facebook page.
That would be good.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Wesley Killerby.
What a great name.
He
Yes.
sounds like he's from there.
Yes, he sounds like he plays Quidditch,
Yes.
and then maybe went to Hogwarts.
He
I
works
got
at
in
a haberdashery.
Hogsmeade.
Well, yeah, he worked at a haberdashery.
How about this?
He smoked a pipe with fine tobacco.
That he got at the tobacconist shop.
Yes, down at the tobacconist, right next to. Oh, I don't know. Are we going to go to round two? Anybody else want to say anything?
Does Thixton have other beer?
No.
They just have Old
They,
Peculiar.
they,
do they?
they only have Old
They just have the
Peculiar.
legend.
The
That's
legend.
it? Really?
It's like Guinness.
I thought they would have. Okay.
Well, Guinness has other beers.
What do they have?
Well, they have.
They have,
Well, they have Hart.
Guinness Dark Lager.
That's right. Yeah, they
yeah.
do. Yeah, I forgot about the dark lager. I had that once, and that was enough.
Yeah,
It's the
I
super
was
black
like,
stuff.
yeah.
Again, we said they only do one beer.
That's right. Okay. Well, they also do Harp.
They do harp.
and-
Harp's all right.
Yeah.
And I actually the dark lager wasn't bad. It's just why bother with that when you have Guinness Stout?
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a little bit. I don't know exactly what they were trying to do with that, like appeal to a different crowd, but it was like, eh.
Does it still exist?
Yes. I've seen it most recently at Publix the other day. I was like, oh, that. I actually made a point of pointing it out to my friend who I was at Publix with, and I was like, look, they still have this. And he goes, oh, I never even tried that. I was like, yeah, it's a thing.
I'm Keller Mark, and you're listening to Key West Beer Tales, the sum of all beers.
What do
Chris
we got
has
here?
one out of the box.
Yes.
Well, what we're doing here is we have 4 different beers of this series, and the
It's
beer,
a series.
The beer, yes, the beer that we're having is a beer from London. There's 2 main breweries in London. There's the Fuller's Brewery and there's the Young's Brewery, and this is from Fuller's, and this is their vintage ale. They only make a very, very small quantity of this, and they make it every year. Virtually, it's the recipes change ever so slightly. One of the things that they note, they say if there's a date to consume it by, they say that's the date that you start consuming it by and let it age. 'Cause this is a cask or a bottle conditioned beer. It'll have yeast in the bottom, and as you can see, it's got it's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah, it's actually quite lovely.
It's delightful. Also, these bottles are all numbered.
Can I see the bottle?
Sure, well, they're numbered because
So
it's their
we're
vintage
starting
ale.
out with two.
We have 4 different years here, and because they suggest that the older they get, the better they are. We're starting with the youngest one, which is 2013, and we're going to work our way to the oldest one, which is 2009.
Bottle conditioned.
Yeah,
Yeah, bottle condition. Fuller's does a lot of bottle conditioning.
and this is their creme de la creme beer,
Number 123707.
8.5%
I
alcohol.
like the texture on the. All right, this is stupid. I like the texture on the label. I also like the raised glass on the bottle. This is a fancy bottle.
Mark, stop licking the bottle.
That's what she
Is there
said.
anything there in the bottom? Is this one of those bottles you should roll?
Yes, this is now. They probably don't say this, but this is what I would do.
Yeah.
With a lot of bottle conditioned beers, some companies tell you to agitate the bottle to kind of get the stuff off the bottom to kind of incorporate that into the beer because that actually does add flavor and nutrient
Next one
value.
I'll give to you because you're the bartender.
Yeah, all right.
And
Well,
we'll let you set it up.
but a lot of times it's not customary for English beers to be served that way, even though they do bottle condition. Maybe let's do one that way.
What I'm thinking is, I have 3 other bottles in there. Why don't you guys just go home so I can drink them by myself? I think these are more. I think this is more.
Wow.
Okay, Chris, you're dead to me. All right, so
Have a taste.
this beer is
fabulous.
awesome. This is really, really good.
Very nice beer.